0. Understanding Esther. Overview. A. The Bible book introductions are divided into 4 parts: overview, vital statistics, blueprint, mega themes, for easy to understand. 1. Overview. A. Esther is a story of the profound interplay of God's sovereignty and human will. God prepared place and opportunity, and his people, Esther and Mordecai, chose to act. B. The book of Esther begins with Queen Vashti refusing to obey an order from her husband, King Ahasuerus. She was subsequently banished, and the search began for a new queen. The king sent out a decree to gather together all the beautiful women in the empire and bring them into the royal harem. Esther, a young Jewish woman, was one of those chosen to be in the royal harem. King Ahasuerus was so pleased with Esther that he made her his queen. C. Meanwhile, Mordecai, Esther's older cousin, became a government official and during his tenure foiled an assassination plot. But the ambitious and self-serving Haman was appointed second in command in the empire. When Mordecai refused to bow in reverence to him, Haman became furious and determined to destroy Mordecai and all the Jews along with him. D. To accomplish his vengeful deed, Haman deceived the king and persuaded him to issue an edict condemning the Jews to death. Mordecai told Esther about this edict, and she decided to risk her life to save her people. Esther asked King Ahasuerus and Haman to be her guests at banquet. During the feast, the king asked Esther what she really wanted, and he promised to give her anything. Esther simply invited both men to another banquet the next day. E. That night, unable to sleep, the king was flipping through some records in the royal archives when he read of the assassination plot that Mordecai thwarted. Surprised to learn that Mordecai had never been rewarded for this deed, the king asked Haman what should be done to properly thank a hero. Haman thought the king must be taking about him, and so he described a lavish reward. The agreed, but to Haman's shock and utter humiliation, he learned that Mordecai was the person to be so honored. F. During the second banquet, the king again asked Esther what she desired. She replied that someone has plotted to destroy her and her people, and she named Haman as the culprit. Immediately the king sentenced Haman to die on the gallows that he had built for Mordecai. G. In the final act of this true life drama, Mordecai was appointed to Haman's position, and the Jews were guaranteed protection throughout the land. To celebrate this historic occasion, the Feast of Purim was established. H. Because of Queen Esther's courageous act, a whole nation was saved. Seeing her God-given opportunity, she seized it. Her life made a difference. Read Esther and watch for God at work in your life. Perhaps he has prepared you to act in such a time as this. Esther 4:14.